name's Clara Barton. I was born on Christmas Day, 1821, North Oxnard, Massachusetts. My childhood was an interesting part of my life. My brothers and sisters called me Tot because I was the youngest of them all. When I was 3 years old, I surprised my teacher by spelling artichoke and by reading too. I was very shy, so I learned better at home. When I was 8, I moved to a farm in North Oxnard. I worked very hard. Still on the farm, my parents sent me to boarding school to get over my shyness, but it only got worse. My father told me stories of when he was in the war. When I was 11, my brother fell off the roof, and I nursed him back to health for 2 years. I got bored after those 2 years went by, so I went to the streets to help the poor people there. At age 18, I became a teacher for 10 years. Then I moved to New Jersey and I made a free school for kids that were poor. These were some important events in my childhood. My adulthood was very exciting. First, I moved to Washington, D.C. Then the Civil War began, and I nursed wounded soldiers in Virginia and Maryland in 1862. After that, I helped troops with my nursing skills in South Carolina in 1863. Finally, the Civil War ended, and I helped search for soldiers that didn't have their loved ones. In 1869, I went to Europe to learn about the Red Cross. Then I became a Red Cross volunteer in 1870. After that, I funded the American Red Cross in 1881. Then a giant flood came, so I gave money to people who lost their homes. In 1898, I nursed American soldiers in Cuba. Then in 1904, I became president of the Red Cross. I died in Glen Echo, Maryland in 1912 at age 90. These were my important accomplishments, and some personal characteristics were that I always wanted girls to have the same rights as men. I had lots of courage to even go on to the battlefield. I also cared about the poor. I once said, "The door that nobody goes in is always open for me." I also said, "Everybody's business is nobody's business, and nobody's business is my business." Those were my important accomplishments and personal characteristics.